it's your girl Barbie J here, and we are talking about the First Wives Club, Season 1, Episode 8, One Night Only. One night only. One night only. You see how those circles show in my eyes? I can't stand it. I misplaced my other glasses I had on just a while ago, so I wanted to hurry up and get this review in, so I'm going to keep my head down some to try to block it out because it's distracting me. So please forgive me, y'all guys. Anyway, First Wives Club, shout outs to everybody in the comment section who continue to hold my channel down. I appreciate it. Please keep those comments coming. Also, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe now. Hit that little red subscribe button right there. I think it's right here, that little subscribe button below. And then hit the little notification bell that's right next to it. And that'll let you know every time Barbie J does a new upload, which is usually daily. Anyway, so, you know, this episode starts off with Hazel and Khalil are now together. They were working on a song and she became a hit, and all of a sudden they a couple kind of, you know, and then Ari and David are in bed together, and we know that she left him last week and now he has heard what she said and he has changed his ways. And we don't know how long that's going to last. But anyway, and then we have Bree and Gary. You know, they made out one moment in the bouncy house for after their child's birthday party. And they've been making out ever since. It started off with them in the car getting it on, you know. And so everybody getting it on, everybody together, lovey-dovey. So then they show Derek in the car. That's Hazel's husband. He's in the car in a cab. And he hears the Breakfast Club talking about Hazel's new record is in the top 10, and he's pissed. He's pissed because, you know, he's been trying to tear her down. He left her for that younger chick, and he's been trying to tear her down. It's funny, though, when we go through this episode, you're not going to hear him mentioning that other chick yet. So he tries to tear her. He tells the cab driver to turn it up, and he's pissed when he realizes that. So the girls are all out chatting, and they're talking about their past nights with their husbands and boo, and all the attention that they're getting, and how things are great and lovey-dovey-dovey. And then Ari saying how she feels free from being her husband's campaign manager. The new person he has is wonderful. So now she got time to herself. And then Ari's happy. Also, so Hazel's like, oh my God, we're all doing so great. Ari, you're happy because with your marriage again. Bree is getting sex again. And Hazel's like, and I'm in the top 10, my new record. So everybody's doing good with them. And I thought this was going to be a wonderful episode, but it did not end that way. Because, see, so Ari lets Hazel know now that she has all this free time, she could work on her, focus on her divorce case 100%, but Hazel doesn't want her to do that anymore. She said, you know, she's tired of all of that mediation bull crap and stuff now that she got a hit song, and she doesn't want the divorce to be all in the press and the vlogs overshadowing her song, you know, her music, you know, so that's what she wants to focus on. So her friends don't think it's a good idea, especially what they know what he did to her. And Ari is saying that, you know, this could be our last shot for you, Hazel. And Hazel's like, our last shot? Our? You know, I thought this was my situation. She's like, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. She said, look, I want to focus on creating my music. And they were like, but you shouldn't throw away all the 10 years of hard work that you did. She said, I don't want to do it. She gets up and leaves. So Hazel and Khalil are in the studio, and they finished her entire album. They decided to go out and celebrate, and Khalil's pulling out the chair for her at the restaurant, sitting her down and saying how he want to learn all about her, know all about her. And all of a sudden, the waiter come over with her favorite wine. She said, oh my God, you pre-ordered my favorite wine? He said, no, I don't think so. And she's like, can you even afford that? And he's like, I don't know. They said, oh no, that's from Mr. Such and Such, which was Derek. Her husband saw them come in, and he sent the bottle of wine over to their table. That blew their groove, you know that. So David sets up, he sets up this special day with Ari, and she can't believe it. She thought he was lying, but he set up a whole weekend, he said, for her. And he said, I heard what you said, us before me. So he's like, they go out, they go hang out at a winery. It looked like so much fun, where they learning how to make wine and how to taste wine tastings and different wines. And it was a beautiful day. They had a good time. She comes home, and David is like, now, what you want me to do? Tell me exactly what you want me to do now to you. She's like, okay, take off my damn dress. And he unzipped that leather black dress she had on, which was cute. And she had this beautiful bra set and stuff. I was like, girl, check out the lingerie. Look fabulous on her. And so she then, he went downtown on her. And she was like, he said, talk to me. Is this how you want it? She was like, lower. Lower, softer, softer, high. I mean, till her eyes rolled back in her head like she was possessed. And she was feeling lovely. So then it goes to Bree and Gary. They making out again, and his cell phone vibrates. And she said, oh, is that a toy? She thinking it's a vibrator. He said, no, silly, that's my cell phone. And then she picks it up, and it was Melissa. And she answers and said, hello, homewrecker. And Melissa hung up. So he's like, Bree, you know, she's like, Bree's all upset. And he's saying, look, I can't help that she calls me. Did you break it off with her or not really? Look, if you're going to be with me, you got to break it off with her. Well, is that what you want? She said, yeah, that's what I want. She said, you could at least block. She telling him he could have blocked the name instead of having it say Melissa, have it say Dwayne Reed calling him. She's so silly. I like Bree. Anyway, so she wants him to stop seeing her and he agrees he's going to break it off. Hazel comes out from her spa treatment, her standing spa treatment, and Derek is there waiting for her. He says he want to show her something. It'll only take 5 minutes. And she's like, come on, man, you're going to spoil my zen. Stop bothering me. And he's like, no, I really want you to see this. I think you'll like it or something like that. At the same time, Khalil is walking up and he sees her. So before approaching, he sends her a text message saying, I'm in the area, I want to stop by. So she looks at the text message. He could see her look at it. She put it back in her pocket. She goes and gets in the car with Derek and said 5 minutes. When she gets in the car, then she texts Khalil and says, and his heart was already broken, but now for her to text, not heading home, not feeling well, that messed him up. That totally messed him up because he knows she's straight up lying now. Straight up lying. So Derek takes her to this I don't know, loft or space or something. And he said that's going to be the headquarters for his new venture, which is Elevate Records. And he wants her to be partner in it. He can't disrespect her by doing no 50-50. He want to do 60-40. See, he just want to use her. Y'all know that. We all know he just want to use her. And he apologizes. He said, you know, for trying to make you a whack artist. He apologizes for trying to make her the whack artist he wanted her to be, instead of respecting her talents and stuff. So she's like, But she tried to act like she didn't care and was walking away. And that's when he offered, you know, this was a good deal for you, 60-40. And she started considering it, I guess. So he said, it's my time to invest in you now. You know, I have to invest in you. She fell for that shit. So then Ari gets a call. She's in bed with her husband. She gets a call from Derek's daughter, Versace. And she says she has info to help Hazel's case. So she jumps up and says, you know, she let David know she got to leave. And he had other work to do. So that was that. She rushes over to Bree's house where they all are. And Bree's already pissed at Hazel because Hazel done used the last of her stuff again. You know, her conditioner for her hair. And Hazel's like, okay, look, I'll treat you tomorrow and I'll bring it. She said, it's not treating me if you replace it what you took from me. You used up. She was like, you put it back there like nothing ever happened. Come on. So Bree is like done right now with Hazel and her mess. And she wanted to condition her hair so she could be ready for her date and going out with Gary. And Ari comes in at that time while they, you know, going back and forth. And they all get into an argument. They get into a disagreement because Bree says she's going out with Gary. And they like, why are you going out with Gary? And he cheating and stuff. And then they look at each other and she's like, what's that all about? And then she said, what are you doing here, Ari? And Ari tells her, I'm here for Hazel. Hazel, I found out information from Versace that if you sign these papers, you can invalidate your prenup with the court. She said, I told you, I don't want to do that. She's upset. She's like, I'm working with Derek now on a new label. What? They like, what? Derek, the one who publicly humiliated you? Derek, the one who kicked you out of your own apartment? Derek, she was like, oh, please, you know, and they're like, he's just want to use you now that he knows that you're doing better and you're winning. And he wants to, he hates that you're winning without him. And she said, oh, you're an expert on husbands using people. And Hazel goes at Ari, and then Ari goes, and then Bree over there commentating, mic drop, ooh, ah, and they jump on her, and then it's like they all three are all fighting about it. And she said, you know what? Bree said, you know what, Hazel, I let you stay here all these months. You ain't been nothing but trying to help me up with nothing and using up all my stuff. You can get your shit and get out. And she was like, what? And then, and Ari got up and said, you know what? At the same time, you could find another attorney. And Hazel's like, what? See, Hazel the one that started all this mess with all of this. You got everybody chipping in to help you. And then you don't want to hear them when they're telling you what you probably should. I know it's your life, but if it's your life, then go live it somewhere else. Stop dragging other people into it. You know, now you got a hit record. You don't need them anymore, right? So now we acting out. Anyway, it became nasty, and it ended with, let's see, Bree showing up because she was late for her meeting with her husband, and she showed up late to meet Gary. He's pissed because now he's hungry. He's pissed, and she didn't even bother to call. You an hour late, no bother to call. I'd be pissed at 15 minutes. I'd be wanting to kick your butt. 15 minutes. There's no reason with cell phone era we in that you could not pick up that phone and called. And she almost act like it was no big thing. He said, do you realize we'll be divorced in 2 weeks? She said, oh no, that's no big deal. We could call him and cancel it. He said, for what? Why should we do that? He said, I'm not sure. Nothing changed. All we doing now is having sex. We haven't done anything to work. Nothing has changed. And he said, I would hate to call it off and then we don't make it. I said, wow. So that was something. But then it ended with Hazel out on the street, you know, with her luggage. She texts Khalil coming out, and he sees a text from her asking, can she stay at his house overnight, just for one night? She needs somewhere to go or something like that. And he reads it and he ignores it. And then we see her out there standing on the street still with her bags, and a car pull up, and it's Derek. And she said, it's just for one night. He said, I got you, no problem. See, now her ass running back to him. This don't make no kind of sense. I'm telling you, they fighting with each other. I'm hoping by next week they would have made up and Hazel would have realized the error of her ways. So y'all let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this show and about the review. This your girl Barbie J saying peace.